Okay, this is real quick what I think will be one of my final designs before I try and kick this off to somebody who really knows what they're doing. I did this a 3D design real quick. The principle is the vertical piece here hooks into the horizontal piece, but rather than sliding in with a T-bar, it's actually got some feet to it, and they will go into certain slots, which you can sort of see here. So they're predetermined angles, made it so it went out, and then they have these support bars that come up and support fore and aft of the vertical piece, which I think will make for a much nicer overall ease of entry and not having problems with dust and dirt and other issues. The other thing that I did is I made detachable pieces with little holes here. The holes are prearranged, and then each one of these pieces can be attached, and then I did a sort of a plastic clip here, so they will snap into place and secure. All the pressure on the device is going to be up and down, and all that will be borne right here on these little stand areas, and we just got to make sure that it doesn't slip back, forward and fall out of place. So that's why we have the catch mechanism. I originally did like an L bracket here, but I realized that I couldn't get the protection of the front of the phone given the depth, and that depth wasn't deep enough, or it was too shallow, I should say. And there's a 45-degree rule, so if there's no 45-degree angle that you cut off here, you can't have an L bracket. That would have been nice and simple, but I worked on the design, and I think this will work and snap into place. I did one for generic phones. My phone in particular, it was difficult because the power plug is actually on the downside, and then the volume's up here, so you actually can't put it on its kickstand, which is frustrating. But I put some holes in it that are the standard diameter for a lot of the USB sockets, and gave it a little bit of extra room too. And then for the iPhone gets powered off the side, so this is actually designed so you put this bracket in and then put the iPhone in, and you'll be able to slide it in and out a little bit. You get a lot more faceplate time. Most of the chat, it's the bottom of the screen and the top of the screen, and this shouldn't be too big a deal. It will be a little bit annoying that you have to divide up the face, and I'll actually see whether people think we should bring this up higher in future, but the gist of it was to create something that was safe and sturdy and capable for the trial run, and kind of going from there. So 15 inches in all for the vertical piece, and then well, actually a little bit more with the feet. And overall, something that'll definitely be at eye level when you take one of these pieces up and you put it up on the top part. So that's the design, kind of all the completed components and everything else like that. This is actually reasonably accurate. I think when I do everything out and I take all these individual measurements on the side, I lose something a little bit, so I know it's not to like 0.001 or anything else like that. So that's just one of the things that I don't know if I'll need right now, but I think in the future, for designs to go straight to the manufacturer in China, we need to make sure that that's done. But the AutoCAD design, if that can be very, very accurate, I don't even know to what degree the differences need to be for all of these items. That's another thing. When you're fitting plastic together, do you want 0.01 off, or do you want 0.001 off? And I think that kind of depends. The feet here, you definitely want to get as stuck in as possible, because that's a base and you want it to be nice and sturdy. These items, I think they can have a little bit of wiggle room, the two mounts for the phone, if you will. And then I think the biggest concern is making sure that there's no fore and aft motion from this as best possible. So that's why I did an offset. So this little chute here, the half circle, actually quarter circle, and the quarter cylinder here are a little bit different. So you can wedge it in, and then it'll stand itself straight up. Given the actual plastics, I guess it'll be plastic or acrylic. So that's the design.